We were in need of an organist. Chelsea Christ had decided to return to western Wisconsin to be nearer to her parents and her sister, who had either just had a baby or was going to have a baby. And so we placed ads in a number of publications and on a number of sites where we usually do that. And some interest was shown in our position by a young man from China. And we had to hurry and interview him because he was going back to China to spend a month with his folks and an extended family there. So we interviewed Tong Cheng, and we're pleased to ask him to be our organist. And when Tong came back from China, then there was a settling in period, and he's been playing the organ and piano since the fall. And I'm very pleased that you were willing to share with us this morning about your life and about your career and profession. Tong is a PhD candidate in piano performance at the University of Minnesota. You might not know much about that program, but I can tell you that he barely has time to sit down, unless he's at the piano bench, right? It is a very strenuous program. We know the same was true when Dan Woolley was playing the organ and studying at the U. It's a very demanding program. And while I think of it, I will mention now that Tong's piano recital will be Sunday night, April 22nd at 8:30, somewhere in Ferguson Hall at the University of Minnesota. And that's a big event. And so perhaps you will want to take that in. I can tell you that we are coming back a day early from vacation, or anticipating being back, because we think it will be that exciting, and we want to be there. So anyway, Tong, we're all yours now for you to share with us whatever you would like to share.
Thank you. Hi, good morning all.
Good morning.
Thank you for the short introduction. Yeah, it's my first time to do a presentation in church, in morning learning or Bible study something. Yeah. I'll make an introduction of myself, and then I'll tell you some stories about me, and why I come to the U.S., why I start to learn piano, start to learn music.
Excuse me, one thing. Bob, could you move the podium further up in the middle so that he can back here?
Oh, just move it up.
Because there are people over there that can't hear. So if you can move it up and more in the middle, that would be very helpful. Got it. There you go. Thank you.
There you go.
Wow.
You just got a raise.
Yeah, I'm like the president.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. But moving the table, president. Yeah. I was born in 1990 in a small city in China, the northeast of China. Excuse me. The size of China is similar to the U.S., and if we put the Chinese map on the U.S. map, it's similar. It's similar size and similar places. So my hometown in the northeast of China is the central of New York State. Yeah. So the similar weather, the similar culture, because cold. Yeah, a lot of snow in the winter. My hometown is a small city, but The small city also has a lot of people.
Oh,
So
high population.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in my hometown nowadays it's more than 1 million people. I think the size is like Duluth or even smaller than Duluth, but yeah, it's really like crowd. Yeah,
Right.
in the mall you can see a lot of people. Oh, they are like yeah, feet and feet. Yeah. Yeah. So I will introduce my name. So I will write down to you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So in Chinese culture, we call the last name first. So we call my last name is Cheng, C-H-E-N-G.
Let's get a better one.
Let's get a better marker.
Put that one in the
Try
trash.
that.
Yeah, when you call people, call someone, you call last name first, then call the given name, the first name. So the Chinese word Cheng is my last name.
That's how I sign it.
That's
Oh, my.
my first name. So it's like the square, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the square one. This name is my grandpa gave me this name. He was born in 1937. So that time is really a hard time in China because that year the Second World War in China just started, and my hometown was invaded by Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard time, but he got a college degree. So yeah, he got a bachelor degree. So he is a little like knowledgeable that time. He gave me this given name Tong. It means communicate, or like you know all the things. Yeah, and my last name is like success. So like from my name, you know success. You know you are knowledgeable and you have like more population, more popular. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So that's about my name.
He put a high expectations on you just with your name.
Not only my name. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't have any like brother sisters because the Chinese policy doesn't allow that. Yeah, but I think just changed like 2 months ago or half year ago. Yeah. Chinese government allow people to have 2 kids in a family. Yeah, and I have a cousin. My uncle's child named Mo Cheng is also my good sister and my good friend. Yeah, she is a police woman. Yeah, so totally we are like opposite. I'm a guy, but I learn piano really like gentle. But she is a police. Yeah, so she learns how to fight and how to shoot. Like that. Yeah, so opposite position. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is she in China then?
Yeah, she is in China. But 2 years ago, when I graduated from Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati, she and her family come to visit me came to my commencement.
Oh, nice.
We had a good trip after the commencement. We went to the Yellowstone, and we drove on the highway first. Yeah, it's a good experience.
Is she older than you or younger than you?
She's younger, 3 years younger than me. Yeah. When I was little, I think the only entertainment for me was watching TV, television. So I watch a lot cartoons. I like learn the songs in cartoons. So I learn pretty fast. If the cartoon just played once, and I can learn the song. So my parents thought I have the talent. So you tell me, okay, you should learn something, or take part in some shows, talent shows or competitions. And when I was in elementary school, there was a small singing competition. So I joined that, and I got the first prize. So my music life started at singing. My mom is a middle school teacher, so I learned from her colleague, a really gentle guy. Yeah. He was teaching me singing and playing keyboard that time, because he thought as a singer you should learn a little bit playing a little keyboard. But I think I only took 1 month to learn the whole book. So that time he thought, you should learn piano, not only keyboard, for fun. So he helped me to find a piano teacher in our capital of my province. I think that city is a lot bigger, the size and the importance like Minneapolis or St. Paul. Yeah. So there is a conservatory there, and my teacher is from that conservatory. So
how old were you then, Tom?
9 or 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that time I started to learn piano. But the beginning of the piano learning is that easy. So and my parents, they are really busy that time. I learned half year has totally no progression, no progress that time. So they thought to change another piano teacher for me. They really support me, but they don't know anything about music. Just support. They want me to learn more, but really seriously, not just for fun. Yeah. Then I got a new piano teacher, and the new teacher is really strict. Yeah. But I learned a lot from him, and even now we are really good friends. We keep the relationship until now. Yeah. He is a really good guy and really good to me. And I think for many extra classes and extra lessons, he never charged me. Yeah. So after 2 years learning from him, I took part in another piano competition. I got a really good award, and then the conservatory professor asked me, "Can you learn with me?" And I don't have any idea at that time. So my parents they really cherished the chance. So I went to the capital city. So
You lived there?
no,
Or you would
I
go back and forth?
I went there every Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like go to church.
Okay.
yeah, every Sunday morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that time the train is really slow. It took 3 hours from my hometown to that city. But every week my mom accompanied me. So every morning like 5 o'clock. Really. And in winter it's really cold, and the weather cold and it's still dark. So we set out to the train station, then go to that city. It took like 3 or 4 years. Then also another competition. So another competition comes, but we have a little bit problem with that professor. So my parents they thought, oh, we should change another professor to give me more chance and more learning experience. Then we had a meeting in my family members. Other people, other of my family members, they don't support me because they thought the first I'm from a really small city. They never been to the big cities, so they thought you don't have the talent and you don't deserve to the big city. I think about 12 of my family members, but 10 of them don't support me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hard.
But my parents really support me. No matter what I think, they know I work hard. So I decide I will go there. And we went to Beijing. That was my first time to Beijing to find a professor in the Central Conservatory. That's the best conservatory in China. Yeah, I think that time was my 9th degree. Yeah.
I was counting your 13 or 14.
Yeah, 13 or 14.
Years.
Yeah. Yeah, 9th degree. Or even older, or 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah. And that time was my first time to go the biggest city. Yeah, in China. I still remember the road that cold winter, and yeah.
Did you take a train or?
Yeah, we take a train. In China, the plane first is expensive. Second, always delayed. So, so we don't take plane often. Yeah.
At what point in your life did you learn to speak English?
Oh, we started at high school.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's only for exams, not for speaking or writing some things. Yeah. Yeah, it's in high school. So we learned. I learned 3 years from that professor, and then I got one of the best like normal universities exception. Do you know the normal university? It's like a university for teachers. Yeah, I think the normal, this word is not from English or like American English. It's from French. Yeah. As in, I think this word is from the Revolution, French Revolution. So they have a lot universities for teachers. They can teach in different levels. Yeah. So Chinese government imitate that. Yeah. So we have a lot universities named normal universities. So I got exception from it. Yeah. It take 4 years. But in my sophomore year, I was really confused because I didn't know where I'm going. I don't know the future. It's just learning in the university, and then you become a high school or even like elementary school teacher. So it's not what I want. So that time it takes like 1 semester. I was really confused and depressed. After that, we got some master classes from Taiwanese or like American people. So I like opened my mind. So I know we have more things to learn. I have a different, totally like unfamiliar world to explore. So at that time, I decided to learn English better, to try my hard to learn this different language. Yeah.
So the music is really different. That the music that you grew up learning, was there any similarity to the classical music of the United States, or like Beethoven and Mozart?
We learned that.
You did learn
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. A lot of professors, they come from like Russia or Europe or America, but they are really like the first only a few people from out of China, and it's hard to learn from them because they have to teach a lot of students, and I think some like political things. So many different like elements. So I think like go abroad is my best choice. So at that time I decided to learn English harder, and
Was that available at your college? Learning English?
Yeah,
it
is.
To go somewhere else?
It is available, but only I think 1 or 2 semesters. Yeah.
So you learned English so that you could go to a different country and expand.
Yeah, and even if you want a higher degree, like graduate degree in China, you also need another language, English or Russian or Japanese or something else. But mostly in China, we learn English as the second language. So that's my best choice to learn that better. So yeah, I thought no matter going to Chinese graduate school or going abroad to America or European countries, I have to learn this language. And that time I decided to, okay, I need to learn more and take like my heart down. Does that mean like to come down to learn that not only music, because sometimes if you learn your major or no matter like music or others, it's like you are walking in one leg. But if you have your second skill, like language or other skills, you can like walk far away. So that's what I thought. So I started to learn English out of school in some like language school in Beijing. They gave me more support, but it cost a lot. Yeah. But I think it's worthy. So I got a not bad TOEFL score. It's like a SAT, right? Yeah, that's language for international students test. After graduation of my college, I went to the University of Cincinnati in Ohio. Yeah, that's a good conservatory in the university. That was my first experience in United States in 2014. Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So, was that your master's program then?
Yeah, master program. Yeah. For piano performance there.
And how did you connect with the University of
Cincinnati?
We in China we have a lot of people from America, like they graduate from there or teach master class. Yeah, so we know some good conservatories like Eastman, Juilliard, Curtis, or other schools. Yeah, so we have the ideal schools in my mind. Yeah, so
and was Cincinnati one of them?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, my choir conductor, he graduated from there, and I asked him to write a recommendation for me. Yeah. So,
Do you sing as well as you play piano?
Yeah, that's a question. So after
Did your choir people know he sang?
No,
Your choir
I
people?
didn't.
You better watch out now, they're gonna do.
Yeah, so we know the boy has like voice changing. So like when I was like 10 or 11, I stopped singing because it was so busy to practice piano, and my teacher said, okay, so for boy has the voice change, you should not sing that much. So I stopped singing. Yeah. So yeah.
You become a tenor or bass now.
I'm a tenor. Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I ask a little bit about the school program? Like here we have the kindergarten through 12th grade. How are your schools set up in China?
It's similar to the U.S. It's borrowed from Western culture. Yeah. In China, we like 100 years ago, we have the old traditional like principles, the different system. But nowadays, all the like Western school system, kindergarten like 1 or 2 years, elementary school 5 to 6 years, and high school, middle high, the senior high and the junior high, 3 years both. Yeah.
Are the classrooms large?
Number of students?
Oh, that's so crowded. In my classroom, like, there are 66 people.
One teacher?
Yeah, one teacher.
You behave.
I think a little bit bigger than this room, but yeah. You know, because we have too many people.
They have discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the difference from American school, you know, like if you have some classes, you go to like a different classroom. If you have like a PE class, you go outside or something. But in China, we have a fixed classroom. So every people in this classroom, so they are a group. Yeah, every different class, the different teacher come to this classroom, but you don't need to go anywhere. So yeah, that's like a temporary home for the students. Yeah.
Is it year-round school, or do you get summers off like we do?
Yeah. We have the spring semester and like autumn, fall semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you study music in China?
Yeah.
There's a difference between Western music and Eastern music. Was that hard to overcome?
Oh, we
From what I
learn both.
understand.
We learn both.
Okay, they teach at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, some traditional songs, Chinese songs, some Asian culture songs like Japanese or Korean songs. Yeah.
The structure of the music's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, has a different system. Yeah.
Okay.
But we learn Western music a lot. Yeah. So they are trying to like digging in Chinese traditional songs, traditional music nowadays, but not before. I think 10 years before, Chinese people tried to learn Western too much. Yeah. So nowadays they try to dig in the traditional culture. And now I'm in the University of Minnesota. It's my second year here. Yeah.
How did you get from Cincinnati to?
Oh, I applied 4 or 5 schools, all the universities, not the conservatories, because for me I have the like comprehensive school background, so I learn not only music, I can learn some like other like biology, chemistry, other things. So I like different things. So not only music. So that's one of the reasons I apply the comprehensive schools, the universities. The second, I apply the schools they don't need extra language test. Yeah, if you have a master's degree in the US, you can waive your language test. So, and Minnesota, U of M gave me more scholarship. That's important. Yeah. So in my program, it takes 3 or 4 or even more years, at least 3 years. Now I'm in the collaborate piano program. What is the collaborate piano? The whole name collaborate piano and coaching program. So it's like accompanying for voice or instruments, but it's a performance degree. It's focusing on collaboration. And if you are a good collaborative pianist, after graduation, you can like coach other like singers or instruments. You learn in the school how to collaborate with people and also how to coach people. So it's also called a coach. Yeah.
So what is your career goal after your PhD? What do you see yourself doing?
Cross Lutheran Church.
A good choice. Yeah, but I'm thinking to go back to China to find a job, maybe in universities. Yeah, I would like to teach.
So yes, because it's sounded like you started out in teaching, learning teaching.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's
so
one of my
that's drawing you
background.
back to that.
Yeah. And I even like teach students at here, some like children. Yeah. Private lessons, but you learn a lot from your students. Yeah. Not only he or she can learn from you, also you can learn from them. The different like period of like developing, growing. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you play other instruments besides the piano?
Organ.
An organ? Okay. Sorry. Boy, did that come out wrong.
Yeah, only keyboards. Yeah.
Only keyboards? Not the Chinese instruments like a...
I can play a little bit Chinese flute.
Okay.
It's the bamboo flute. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to practice the scales, but I gave up. Because I think I bought like a fake one. I bought online, so I feel the finger is not comfortable. Yeah, it stretched my fingers, so no, I gave up.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I was little, I played the viola for 2 years. Yeah, but at that time, my elementary school music teacher, she doesn't know that's a violin or viola, so she thought that's a violin. So nowadays I know, oh, it's viola. It's bigger, a lot bigger than violin. Yeah. So all the like tuning, the viola tuning is like violin, like G, D, A, E, right? G, D, A, E, the higher tuning. So the strings always broken.
It's like going from guitar to banjo.
No. Now I'm in the second year, so I have some classes for upcoming operas, upcoming for instruments with orchestra reduction. So the orchestra reduction means the orchestra has a lot of different instruments, but you don't often have an orchestra to play for you. So at this time you need a pianist. The pianist should learn how to and how to add some voices in the reduction. Yeah. You have only 2 hands, but to play different, like even more than like hundreds people voices. So we learn how to reduct, how to add voices, important voices, and how to play easily. Yeah.
Do you use computers to do that sometimes? To add voices and subjects?
Sometimes, but normally like
good
use handwriting.
Okay.
Yeah. For like computer system, they have another major named digital or electric music. That's about how to like edit music and how to compose music on computer. That's a different program. That program is under the composition department. So they learn a lot about composition. I have a good friend, he's in that program.
Have you composed a lot, or?
Not really. I did the composition as a minor in college, but because of learning English took that long time, so I didn't compose that much.
You mentioned your mother working. What does your father do for a living?
Oh, my dad is an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, like fixing all the mechanical things.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was little, my like wood toys or some easy like peasy toys, all made by my dad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
If you go home to teach, are all colleges and universities state supported, or are there private colleges and universities too?
So this system is different to the U.S. Most of the universities or high schools, elementary schools, kindergartens, most of them are like public, controlled by the government. So they have a like strict system. You need to take the test to get in. There are only a few private schools, but the private schools doesn't have the school doesn't have the like acceptable degrees. So some like really like rich people, they want their their kids to the private school and like go abroad. Yeah. But most are public schools. Yeah.
Tom, did you have a piano in your home?
No.
No, you didn't. So you would
I practice in
at school?
Yeah, at school in practice rooms.
Extra time or during your school day? Like, did you have to go early or stay late from your regular school day to practice, or was part of your day?
Part. Yeah, and I can go anytime because it's really flexible. Yeah, when the rooms are available, you can just get in to play. Yeah.
That's in your like master's and PhD programs, or was this in high school too?
Grade school.
In high school, I'm in the normal schools.
Are the kids over in Ina now running around with iPads all the time, and everybody has a cell phone? So is it easier than when you were growing up?
Not at my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah. But nowadays, they are using that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find it extremely hard to go from keyboard to piano because of the pressure that you need?
Yeah, that took
That's
2 years.
hard to overcome.
Yeah. So that was a really hard time for me. So no progression time. Yeah.
How did you get into playing for churches? Started in Cincinnati.
Yeah. One of my best friend, she worked in that church, but she went back to China in the summer vacation. So that was my first chance to get into church. Yeah, and then it begins there. So.
Do you belong to any religion in China? Any practice of any
Like
sort?
90% people don't have any religion. 8% or 7% they are like Christian or like I don't know like
Buddhist?
Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Yeah, and some other else. Yeah.
Do any of your family members go to a Christian church, or do they not practice religion at all?
My mom's mom. My grandma. My mom's mom was a Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I was like 10 or 11 years old, she passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. So in my memory, I only remembered she cooked really well, and yeah. When
Good grandma.
when I went to her place, she always cooked for me.
Yeah.
But my parents and my grandparents from my dad's side, they didn't allow me to her like funeral, because in China the funeral seems a little scary. So they didn't allow me go there.
I know you played for a funeral here.
Yeah.
Have you played for others before this time, other funerals?
No, that was my first time. Yeah. And I think I'm the youngest person in this room.
Why does that matter?
Are you saying you're gonna play at our funerals?
Play for mine, please.
Yes.
I will come.
Oh, there you go, Linda.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's gotta be before you move back to China.
Right.
Looking good.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll stay around longer.
Okay, you can come back.
You mentioned you had a friend in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Is the person still there, or is that the one who went back to China?
She went back and she's teaching in a university. Yeah.
Close to your hometown?
No, far away.
Now, where do you live here in Minnesota? Are you in a dorm at the university, or?
Yeah, it's a dorm, belongs to the university.
Okay.
Yeah, but 10 minutes from school, from campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there have you
I have a
other
roommate.
Chinese friends in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my roommate is Chinese guy.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. We have a like small group, a Chinese students group. Yeah.
But do you speak English or Chinese when you're together?
Chinese. Yeah, but some American Chinese or Chinese American, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, they would like to speak English more.
Do you speak Mandarin?
Yeah,
Cantonese?
speak, yeah.
I
Cantonese
had a friend who
mostly
lives
they are
Chinese.
from like Guangzhou, the Canton. Yeah.
How far is your hometown from North Korea?
3 hours drive,
Okay.
not far. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm safe.
You're
Not yet. Yeah.
So what do you like about Minnesota?
Oh, I like the summer here.
So do we. So do all.
Yeah.
Is the summer that much different? I mean, I don't know what latitude, my geography.
It's similar. but we
Not as
know.
crowded.
Yeah, it's crowded, and nowadays China like developed really well, and the cities.
Too much.
Yeah, too much
Concrete.
and bigger and bigger. So only you can barely see like forest or
Green space.
yeah in cities. So that's the good thing is the developing, but the bad thing is you lost a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Do they have mosquitoes there too, like we have here?
A lot of mosquitoes.
Really? Oh, yeah. Really?
And I'm the only one get biting.
You know, that's our state bird. We call it the state bird.
State bird.
No, we don't. She's teasing.
Oh, okay. It's not a bird. Yeah, but in the U.S. I really avoid that. I escape from the mosquitoes.
Tom, can I tell you a story about, you said you played the viola?
Yeah.
And I too took viola lessons when my first year in junior high school.
Oh.
I never learned how to play a note. I went,
No,
You played two notes?
That's a violin up here. I didn't pass, but we went and did a concert back at our elementary school, and my best friend played the viola as well. So I sat next to her and playing away. Anytime her bow was up, mine went up. And I found out later that every time my bow went up, it went like this in her hair. I didn't really pass that. I did not go on to become a PhD in music.
How do you can learn other instruments like flute or something?
Nope. Never learned how to read the music. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, but when I was in Cincinnati, I joined the choir, so I really enjoy singing even now. Yeah. So maybe someday I cannot play piano. I will sing in the choir.
Oh, that would be so cool. We could use the help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the only.
By that.
You know what I mean by that.
Which is your favorite section in the choir?
Out answer. Okay, you need to say the whole choir.
Piano part.
There you go. Yay.
Very well done.
If music doesn't work out, go into diplomacy.
Yeah, there you go.
And Bob said, I barely sit except practicing. Yeah, but most of the time, like, I took 5 hours or even more in the practice room. Yeah, sitting in front of the piano. Other than that, I would like to lay down. Yeah.
Wow. Laying down instead of sitting. After 5 hours of practice.
I assume you don't have time for any sports?
Not much. I tried to work out, but recently it's hard.
Okay. Yeah.
I hear you there.
But
Play the piano standing up a bit?
it's hard. So the piano
really
is
hard?
lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoy driving in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. I like. It's also sitting, but it's kind of a sport for me. Yeah, turn to the sport. Turn to the sport, but not real sport.
You play offense or defense?
Hopefully defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose the roads are less crowded here, or are they worse in China?
Oh, worse a lot.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot worse? But downtown Minneapolis on rush hour is not fun either.
Probably
It's
easier
still
though.
easy.
Nothing.
It's nothing, yeah.
Compared to
Even in
LA,
the
it's
small
nothing.
cities,
Yeah.
yeah. They are like really in traffic jam in
What states have you been to here in the United States?
the, Ohio.
That's it?
Yeah. Minnesota.
Yeah, really.
You went to Yellowstone. You went to Yellowstone,
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Wyoming, New York. I've been to New York City, Albany, Rochester,
Okay.
for audition.
LA.
Yeah,
LA.
yeah. California, San Francisco, Santa Barbara,
Some
LA.
nice places.
Yeah, Santa Monica. Yeah. I've never been to Florida. Yeah, but I've been to.
Don't go in the summer.
Bigger mosquitoes.
Now is the time to go.
Yeah, you'd be
Not
sweating.
now, spring break.
You need me, so I will not leave you. My first place I traveled, landed in the U.S. is Dallas. In Texas.
Texas, right.
Because that's to come to the U.S. I was trying to go to Indiana, Bloomington, but because the snow in 2014, so they dropped me in Dallas, then canceled all the flights. Yeah, that was my first time, and it was really struggling for me. My English is worse a lot than now, so I can hardly to book a hotel.
You speak really well.
Okay, nowadays it's better. So,
Is it difficult to understand, the pronunciation in the South, in Dallas, is much different than it is up here?
maybe that's a reason.
Yeah.
But the really coincidental thing is one of my guest professor in China. She is from Taiwan, but nowadays she is teaching in Dallas. Yeah, so I told her, I'm in Dallas, and she said, why you didn't tell me before? and yeah. So she went to the airport and treated me a lunch and helped me to book the hotel. Yeah. So that was my
We
first
speak
landing.
pitiful English,
as a rule.
We here don't enunciate properly when we should, we say something instead of something, and, I mean, our English is really bad.
Seriously?
It's not how we learned it at school, so.
Yeah, but in China, most schools teach British English.
Yeah,
right.
So sometimes we have confused the pronunciation of British or American. Yeah.
Well, just don't go to Arkansas. My late husband said he couldn't understand them at all.
Louisiana.
You don't need Arkansas.
Any other final questions for Tong?
We're sorry to lose you back to China.
That happens.
Maybe come back sometime.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
We're very pleased that you shared this hour with us and told us something of your story, and we have appreciated your musical gifts and are very grateful that you're here.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for your.
This is Palm Sunday. That means Easter is next Sunday. There will be no adult education or Sunday school classes. So the next time that we'll meet in this space at 11 o'clock is on April the 8th. And Amy will be teaching, we'll pick up the study of Luther Small Catechism. She'll be teaching about the Lord's Prayer. And so hope you can take that in. All right. Tom, thank you again.
Yeah.